Hey guys, John Field with This I Know. How you doing? I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was interesting. I admit that I am I am judgmental when it comes to people's houses. It's kind of a long story, but one thing I did notice or I did learn out of being invited to somebody else's house for Thanksgiving was the amount of love that was in that house. There's a lot of backstories. There's a lot of other things to it. But at the end of the day, in my judgmentalism, which God please help me to change, it was just the opposite. There was just so much love and joy and happiness in this house. It really changed my view of it's not necessarily the look of the house or the condition of the house, but it's what's inside the house that matters. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you in some of my earlier videos. I alluded to the importance of writing things down that God will give you. Sometimes He gives you words. Sometimes He releases knowledge to you. Sometimes He speaks prophetically. He gives you information on things that are to come. And so just remember to capture those things, write those things down as soon as you can. This one, when we look at ourselves, we look at our lives, we look at our giftings and our talents and how God created us. And in all of that, we can start to pray and to ask God for discernment about what is my gifting, what is my calling, what do you want me to be doing for you in my everyday life? How can I serve you? This particular note that I wrote was dated December 19th of 2012 at 1:33 a.m. He gave me this. I was working third shift at a manufacturing facility at the time, but it kind of comes in 1 Thessalonians 5 9 through 11, and what I wrote was, "In the darkest days to come that have ever been seen, I am calling you to be an encourager of my people. To live as Christ did, He came and got under the people and lifted them up. He spoke words of life into them. You give a word when I nudge you to." So this was December 19th of 2012. 10 years later, I had a dream. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this into the camera here. February 10th, 2022, this year. He gave me a dream, and I'm going to read through this. So this was the dream that he gave me. There was a lady in the dream that I didn't like very much, but I wished her well in a promotion that she had received. It was a promotion of leadership, and so I gave her some words of encouragement. And at the time when I was talking to her, it was like we were standing, and there was like rows of cars. If you can see that, okay. Like out in front of me, there was just like rows and rows and rows and rows of what appeared to be cars, and we were standing like at the back end of that, if you will. So when I was talking to her, so anyway, I gave her words of encouragement about her promotion and congratulated her or whatever, and she replies to me something like this. She said, quote, "You will not reach these levels or go into these roles, but you will be the one who brings others to this point so they can be positioned and placed where I need them." So what she was speaking, what I believe was a word from God saying that, you know, you're not gonna go to the positions of high things, if you will, you know, CEO or CFO or whatever, the top of the top of the business structure. You're not going to go to those places, and in that I could have been offended, but I wasn't, because I'm still operating in the word from 2012 about being an encourager. So she said, you cast the visions and lay out the plans to others so they will be successful in all they do. You build up and not tear down. You give clarity and focus. And then at the bottom of my dream, I wrote, God is moving things needed to move others to where he needs them to be. A lot of new hires are needed to make it happen. The shift is starting. So as a department trainer, you know, we have been getting in a lot of new people and everything. And that's one thing that I took out of this dream was that, you know, to come alongside of people, to believe in them, to encourage them, to get them moving up the company ladder, if you will, into better positions and better paying jobs, to better themselves, to encourage them to go back to college, to utilize our college repayment program that we have, just to better themselves. Don't settle for being stuck on a production line the rest of your life. There's too many opportunities, but in that, it's almost like encouraging others and positioning others, and then like almost like launching them or releasing them. That's why the dream, it was like the cars. It wasn't really rows of cars, but it was more like rows of individuals. The more I look back about it and pray about it, it was individuals that I had known in my life that I encouraged and that kind of directed them and positioned them and then released them or launched them to other places where God needed them to be, and bettered themselves to better, you know, make a better income and better life for their families, if you will. So it's just kind of funny when you operate in these things and you trust God and you're writing down and you're journaling and you're capturing what He's giving you and what He's telling you. Pay attention to it, because I was offered to interview for a different position where I work at, and it's hilarious because the name of the position is launch assistant. So when you put the prophetic word of being an encourager, when you put together the dream 10 years later of launching people, if you will, and then you get an interview opportunity for a launch assistant for new programs and new product launches that are going to be happening, it's pretty evident that God's definitely speaking. So I hope to get this new position at work. It'll be a lot of new challenges. It'll be exciting, but it'll also be a whole new group of people that God will enable me to encourage and to build them up and to release them and launch them, position them for better jobs and for greater things in their lives, including getting to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. So I just wanted to share that with you. Just be encouraged. God's speaking. Seek Him. Spend time with Him. Read His Word. Ask Him, you know, how am I gifted? What are my talents, God? What do you want me to be doing? At least for me, being an encourager, even doing these videos is so far out of my comfort zone. But I've really grown into it, and the fear every time that I do one, every time I encourage somebody, every time I share what God has given me to share with somebody, it becomes easier, and it gets easier, and it also gets more exciting. Just to know that you're impacting lives for the kingdom, and you're breathing life and truth into people. So I'm going to get going for now. thanks for your time. I appreciate your support. If you would hit the thumbs up, if you leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be doing another video later on tonight. So thanks for your time. Have a good day.